What's poppin', YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, man. DR Field TV. What I want to get into today is this David Benavidez versus Demetrius Andrade fight. And I also want to talk a little bit about the co-main event, Jermall Charlo versus Jose Benavidez Jr. Yeah, so that's what we got for this video. But first, run my intro.
This is a Designated Hitter production.
All right, we back. All right, so we got David Benavidez, the Mexican Monster, versus Demetrius Boo Andrade. Saturday, November 25th, Showtime pay-per-view. Before I get into that fight, though, I want to talk about the co-main. You got Jermall Charlo coming back. He versus Jose Benavidez Jr. I know a lot of people might look at this matchup like it's kind of like why is Jermall Charlo fighting Benavidez Jr. But this is gonna be like a telling fight because Charlo been out the ring over 2 years. It's been almost 2.5 years now. His last fight I think was in like June of like 2021. So yeah, versus Juan Montiel. He got the unanimous decision in that fight. And he fought Derevian Chico before that, got the unanimous decision. But he's been out the ring for a long time. And, you know, he's been dealing with personal issues, family issues, and all of that. So shouts out to him for, you know, finally getting ready to step back in the ring. But Jose Benavidez Jr., you know, he's not like no pushover. He's not no slouch or nothing like that. Like, I really didn't know too much about him. I didn't start, you know, looking at none of his fights and stuff like that until he fought Terrence Crawford. And in that fight, you know, in the first half of that fight, like he did his thing. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not just a slouch. So his last couple fights, his last fight, I think he won by TKO. He lost to Danny Garcia. I believe that fight was at 154. And the Terrence Crawford fight was at 147. So he's coming up in weight to 160 pounds, to the 160 pound weight class. So I feel like that's going to be a good fight. It's a test for both of them. But yeah, I'm not going to spend too much time on that. Shout out to Jermall Charlo. He finally getting back in the ring. I'm a big fan of the Charlo twins. So, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to them. Now, this main event, this is going to be something. There's going to be a fight. There's going to be a real fight. Both of these men are going to be tested in the ring. And they both, I watched the press conference. They are both like extremely confident in themselves. They both believe that they are going to win. Boo Boo feels like, and a lot of the interviews I'm watching is like he feels like David Benavidez is he didn't say this exactly, but he feels it's starting to sound like he's saying that David Benavidez is kind of one-dimensional. Like he just comes forward and, you know, that's it. Like he try to walk you down and beat you up. And Boo Boo feels like he has the tools in his toolbox to counter that, to, you know, have him walking in the shots and have him, you know, making a lot of mistakes by fighting it with that strategy. So, and David Benavidez feels like he's gonna stop him. He feels like he's gonna stop him. I was watching the interview he said on Fight Hype. He said, "I'm gonna fuck him up." Like he said it really doesn't matter what his game plan is. I'm gonna fuck him up. Like that's just how he feels. But what I want to talk about is these two fighters, their last performances. David Benavidez fought Caleb Plant. He got the unanimous decision in that fight. But the first half of that fight, Caleb Plant really gave him serious problems in the first half of that fight, because Caleb Plant, you know, kind of just like Boo Boo, like he's quick on his feet. He can move, he can counter, he can get in and out quick. And David Benavidez, it seems like he has issues early on in fights when he's fighting the boxing type of fighters. But Caleb Plant, you know, he slowed down. He slowed down a bit in the second half of the fight, and that's when David Benavidez, you know, he just forced his will on him. He just, you know, he started landing his shots. He started hitting his target, and he started to beat Caleb Plant up. He started to beat him up like he said he's gonna do Boo Boo. He started to beat him up. You know what I'm saying? So, and with Boo Boo's last fight, he fought Demond Nicholson. He got the unanimous decision, but you know, a lot of people say he didn't really look that good in that fight. But I don't know how you can get a unanimous decision and not look good. So I guess everybody was expecting him to like blow Demond Nicholson out of the water, but these guys are all professional fighters. Like it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be no easy night most of the time. I'm not gonna say who I think is gonna win this fight. I'm not gonna do no prediction yet. I wanna, you know, look at some more footage, see what they do in the training camp. Just keep listening to the interviews and get their mindset, you know, listening to the mindset they coming in with. But Boo Boo feels like that he's gonna win this fight too. He just said he doesn't see himself losing. He doesn't see himself losing. He feels like he got all the tools in the toolbox. And David Benavidez pretty much feels like he's going to do what he always does. You know, if a guy wants to run around in the first half, all right, cool. But everybody slows down a little bit. Within those 12 rounds, you're going to start to slow down a little bit. So, yeah, I really feel like this is going to be one of them ones. Like, just like Boo Boo was saying in the press conference, this is the fight at 168. You know, not... you know, all the other guys that's really been ducking these two. People don't want to fight David Benavidez. People don't want to fight Boo Boo. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to say no names because we pretty much know what's going on. And these two, they decided that we going to put on. We going to put on for this weight class. Like Boo Boo said, this is the Super Bowl of the middleweight or the super middleweight class. This is the Super Bowl. Like, this is the fight. So... And I 100% agree with that. You know what I'm saying? It's two fighters that they not afraid. They not ducking nobody. They not coming up with no type of excuses or bad business, none of that. They not doing that. They just trying to hit. Like, period. They just trying to hit and they trying to be the best. And you got to respect that. So, like I said, man, Saturday, November 25th, Showtime pay-per-view. It's gonna be one of them ones, man. And with that, y'all let me know what y'all think about this fight too, and the co-main. Let me know what y'all think about Jermall Charlo coming back to fight Jose Benavidez Jr. You know, after his 2 years plus layoff. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot. That's a lot in boxing. You know what I'm saying? So let me know what y'all think, man. Like, comment, share. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man. And we out.